So a man just won the Miss Universe Netherlands competition. So this man will now be competing in the global Miss Universe competition. And this man disguises himself as a woman. It's a 22-year-old who calls himself Ricky Valerie Coley. We can play this. We can play this when it was announced on the screen right now, this video. And I mean, I think you can tell that this is a man. Just wait. Oh, by the way, it's in Dutch, so you're not going to be able to well, maybe some of you will if you speak Dutch, but. So the individual in red, that is a biological male who identifies as a woman and won Miss Universe Netherlands. So I just don't get actually all those girls behind him clapping. Like, do you not realize that this beauty pageant for women has actually, like, a man won a beauty pageant? Like, do you not realize that biological women are completely obsolete if you allow men to win? Like, why are you clapping? Why don't you speak out? I don't know. Maybe I don't have enough sympathy for women in these situations because of how disruptive speaking out can be. Like, I know that if these girls spoke out, that they're risking their pageant careers, they're risking their reputation, they're risking being bullied by the left. Like, I get that. But at what point is the crisis, an existential crisis, enough that you realize that you have to fight, that you've been given the privilege. This is the thing. You've been given the privilege of being put in that moment, and other people haven't. Other people who maybe want to fight aren't in that moment. You've been given the privilege of being put in that moment. Aren't you going to do something with it? Like, we all wait our entire lives, hope and strive our entire lives to have purpose, to have meaning, to make a mark, to have a legacy. And that's not something that comes easy. That's not something that when you leave a legacy or you leave a mark or you do something that's worth noting in the history books, it's not something that just like was smooth sailing. It's something that is challenging, usually something that has negative repercussions or that was a struggle to overcome. It's a hard thing. And you've been put in that position. What are you going to do with it? Are you just going to let it walk by? For all the millions of girls and women in the world now and in the future, are you just going to let womanhood be obliterated by a dude in a dress? A dude in a dress? Look at this. Look at the picture. This is element number 10. This is Ricky Valerie Coley. I have no idea what the birth name of this man was before he trans. Look at this picture. Okay, you can put all the makeup and girl hair on a dude, but like, look at those hands. Those hands are humongous. Like, they freak me out. Those hands freak me out. You look at that picture, you know 100% that's a dude because those hands could palm a basketball. That just freaks me out. So apparently, I did not know this until I was researching the story before the show. The new owner of the Miss Universe organization is a person named Anne Jakrajutatip. But even though the first name of this individual is Anne, it's not a girl. It's a transgender. It's a man who is identifying as a woman. So the owner of Miss Universe is a man. So the owner, and now one of the winners, is a man. Like, what do these people even envision for biological females? Like, what do you think the role of women is? Like, should women just go back to the kitchen, like barefoot and pregnant, or are men going to be pregnant now too? Like, what do you think biological women are good for? And just so you know how much politics plays into this, that this man dressed up as a woman is not even kind of close to the most beautiful or talented woman on this stage. This is a picture of the man who won. We'll put that up first. That's element 11A. Look at this picture. Like, I'm not trying to be rude here. I'm engaging in political analysis because it's necessary to highlight the reality of the situation. This is not a pretty person. That's not a pretty face. I'm sure that this person obviously has dignity and value as a human being because he was made in God's image, but this is not a pretty woman. This is not a pretty person, like not an attractive person at all. That's the person that won the beauty pageant, Miss Netherlands. Now look at the runner-up. This is the runner-up. The runner-up's name is Nathalie Mogbelzada. You tell me who's more attractive here, who's more beautiful. There's no doubt in anyone's mind. And I don't mean this, I'm not trying to personally insult this man dressed up as a woman. I'm simply highlighting that no reasonable person by any measurable standard would think that the man is prettier than the woman here. And so it's just politics. It's ideology being shoved down your throat. They are challenging you not to push back on this Because if they can tell you, if they can convince you that your eyes are lying, if they can convince you that you're looking at this and you think it's a man, but nope, it's a woman, that you're looking at this and you think, nope, that's ugly, and they tell you, no, it's beautiful, then they control you. They can tell you anything about everything, and you will have to believe them, and therefore you will have no agency, no autonomy, no independence, no liberty. You will just be pawns of them. That's what this is all about. They're challenging you. They're pushing up to the edges, seeing how far they can push you before you will fight back, before you will stop clapping. And when I say fight back, I mean like fight back, like don't clap. Walk off the stage. Speak out against this. Condemn it. Talk about the importance of protecting women's functions from being obliterated by men. Talk about the importance of reality as contrasted to delusion, which is what we're seeing happen in Miss Netherlands. Okay, I read a very interesting, are you guys on Threads? Threads is the new social media application that Meta launched. So it's supposed to be like an Instagram company. It's what it actually is. It's a competitor to Twitter. It's Mark Zuckerberg's effort to push back against Elon Musk owning Twitter. And I joined it because I wanted to see what was going on. And I generally join the leftist social media platforms because I want to go into the lion's den. I want to speak reality where delusion is rewarded. So if you're on there, give me a follow and interact with me. I don't know if it'll remain a thing or not. It's not that good. It's not that interesting. A lot of the good functions of Twitter don't exist on Threads. But all of that is tangential to my point. My point is that I read a very interesting thread. Is it called a thread on Threads? It seems a little redundant, but each of these social networks has their own terminology, which I generally think are all stupid. But I wanted to read you a thread that I found very, very interesting. So it's from Catholic Answers, and the thread starts with a tweet, or I suppose it's a tweet. Is it a post on Thread? Is it a tweet? Who's to say? And this is what the individual says. I understand that Catholics don't believe they worship Mary, but I'm often puzzled by the seemingly complete lack of concern about even the possibility of someone viewing Mary in an how do you even say that word? Idolatrous manner. Could such a thing be possible? What would idolatry of Mary look like? And so this thread answers that question, and I thought it was so good. It says, this is a great question, and it highlights a difference between how many modern Protestants understand worship and what the Bible means by worship. First, we need to distinguish three distinct things, which happened in three distinct places in the New Testament. Preaching and teaching, which happened in the synagogue. Prayer, which happened both in the lonely place and in the upper room. And worship, which happened in the temple. Hi guys, it's Liz Wheeler. Don't forget to watch my show, The Liz Wheeler Show, every night at 7 p.m. on the First TV. You can download the free First TV app, or you can visit thefirsttv.com/Liz and start watching today.